On going on live. Click here. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. No, I'll just unmute this. Now is it coming? Once. Yes, people, 2 minutes will start the lecture. Is it coming live? 2 minutes will start the lecture. Okay. Yeah, it's live. Instagram story. Madam knows it. South Pan. Yes. Chalo. Just share that bottle. Water bottle. I love it. Yes. Very good afternoon to all of you people. Can you hear me clearly? I just need couple of yeses in the chat box and then we are ready to go. Yes, can you hear me clearly, people? If I get 2-3 answers, then I can proceed. Hey, again. Don't message me personally. Message in the main chat. Meeting group chat only. Okay. Please reply in the meeting group chat, main chat. Okay. Okay, then let us start, people, with today's lecture. I'll just on the recording also. Okay, and we are here now, ready to go, people. Yes, let us start with our today's lecture. First of all, people, very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome back with another session with taxation. Yesterday we had started with our very first lecture of direct tax, and that very first lecture of direct tax we had learned various things yesterday. Just a quick recap of what we had learned yesterday, and then we shall proceed with our today's lecture. Yes. Okay. Second, people, there's some technical issue. 1 second. Done now, everything? Done everything? Okay, I'll start then. Recording in progress. Okay. Now, so yesterday first we had seen that paper number 3 is called as what? Taxation. Now in this paper number 3 taxation, people, this paper number 3 is being divided into two halves. The first part of 3 is called as 3A, which will come for 50 marks, called as direct taxation, and another paper 3B is indirect taxation, that will come for another 50 marks. So we are here now for learning your direct tax, people. So yesterday we had few discussion of what is tax, why is taxes collected, all those things. Now basic things, people. Who gives the authority to the government to collect taxes, people? Can I say? Constitution of India. And where does Constitution of India specifies income taxes? That is coming from what? Entry number 82 of Article 246 of Constitution of India of the Union list. So the central government has the power to tax all your what? Incomes, taxes, other than which income, people? Other than agricultural income. Then equal to here of the okay, 1 second now, because there is some voice which is coming which will spoil the entire recording. Okay, no issues. Recording in progress. Okay. Now, so then we had learned people that what is the purpose of learning income tax. Can you say people what is the purpose of learning income tax? There are two purposes of learning income tax. What is that people? First is to compute what? Total income, and then to compute what? Total tax on it. Am I clear? Yes. Now we have not learned total tax computation, yes. But yesterday we had learned something called as steps in computing the total income. If you remember, what is the first step in computing total income, people? First of all, we have to determine the residential status of the person and the scope of total income. If you remember my yesterday's lecture example. Now, first of all, if anyone is attending this lecture for the first time, or anyone who is seeing this video for the first time, please, I would request every one of you to first watch our lecture number 1 recording, and then please visit lecture number 2 ka recording. Directly don't jump to lecture number 2, people. Yesterday I have given you a foundation of the tax structure in India, how is income tax being collected, and previous year assessment year, various things we have discussed yesterday. So before coming to lecture 2 ka recording, please, I would request everyone to first watch lecture number 1 recording. It is already uploaded in the dashboard, the portal access which is given to the students, and the initial 5-6 lectures will also be available on our YouTube channel. So if you are having any difficulties in accessing the online link for the initial 5 days, we are also there live on YouTube also. So if there is any glitch, then switch to YouTube. But after 5 days, we'll be solely focused only on our dashboard, that is the link which is being shared to you. Now, so first step was to determine the what? Residential status and scope of total income. Then we have to classify the incomes under what? 5 heads. Now can you repeat which are those 5 heads, people? What is the first head of income? Income from salary, then income from house property, then profit or gains from business or profession, then income from capital gains, and then income from other sources. Then if you are having any losses, set off those losses, and if there is any other income which is going to be added to your income, then we'll add those income, and then you will get something called as what? Gross total income. From gross total income, we have to subtract something called as deduction under chapter 6a, and then we will get our total income. Then yesterday we have also learned that there are various components of income tax. There is one Income Tax Act 1961 which the central government has made it by utilizing the power from constitution. Then we learned what is income tax rules. You know the difference between act versus rules, people? What is act? Act will tell you what is to be done, and rules will say you people procedural thing, that is how it is to be done. Then if you remember, we had learned something called as Annual Finance Act. Annual Finance Act every year comes in the budget. And which is the Annual Finance Act applicable to our examination? By our examination, I mean May 26, September 26 and Jan 27. The Finance Act applicable is what, people? Finance Act 2025. That is the year applicable is 25-26. Then we had learned something called as circulars, and then we had learned something called as notifications. Circulars are basically clarification issued by our CBDT, that is Central Board of Direct Taxes, and notifications are given by the law to give the effect of various provisions of the law. Remember, circulars are optional, but notifications are what? Mandatory. Then case laws. Case laws are basically judgment given by various courts of law. High court judgments are applicable only to that jurisdiction. However, Supreme Court judgments are applicable what? Throughout the India. Then we had started with the very first section of our Income Tax Act. Now can you repeat, everyone, what was the very first section talking about? Income tax is payable by what? Every person. If you remember, how many kinds of person were there in Income Tax Act? People, thala for a reason. Can you repeat, people? How many kinds of person are there? There were 7, if you remember. First one was what? Individual, then HUF, then firm, then what? Company, then association of person or body of individual. What is the difference between a partnership, firm and association of a person or a body of individual? Firm means when the partnership deed is what? Day. An association of person and body of individual means when there is no partnership deed. And when any one person is artificial in the partnership, then it will be called as what? Association of person. Otherwise it will be called as body of, when all persons are natural, that is individuals, it will be called as what? Body of individual. Then local authority, and then what? Artificial juridical person. Is it clear, everyone? Yes. Then we had discussed that income tax is payable by every person on his what? On his income. Income means those 5 heads of income. In detail we will learn in various chapter of what is the specific meaning of salary, house, property and all those we will learn in those specific chapter. Then on his income earned by him in the what? Previous year for the rates relevant for the assessment year. Now if you remember the yesterday's discussion which we had, do you remember the difference between something called as what? Previous year and assessment year. Do you remember, people? Yes sir, we remember. Okay, let us discuss. Now previous year, previous year, previous year versus assessment year. Now can you say me, people, what do you mean by the word previous year? Previous year means the last year? No, don't give the English meaning to it. Previous year does not mean the last year. What do you mean by previous year? Previous year means what? The year in which what, people? In which income is what? Earned. And what do you mean by assessment year, people? Assessment year means the what? Year in which what? Income is what? Assessed. Now can you say me, people, what is the previous year and assessment year applicable to our exams? Can you say me that? Yes, can I say previous year 25, 26, or also we can call this as what? Assessment year 26, 27. Now I have a question to every one of you. Please reply in the chat box. If I am asking a question on this, that is previous year 25, 26 or assessment year 26, 27, then on which year's income should I focus? I want all the answers in the chat box. Which year's income should I focus if this is the question? Yes, and the right answer is what? 25, 26. That means for the incomes earned in the year 25, 26, the calculation of the taxes or the assessment of the taxes will be done in the assessment year what? 26, 27. So similarly, for previous year 26, 27, assessment year will be 27, 28, and this will go so on and so this was the discussion which we had yesterday. Now let us start with our today's lecture. Now if you remember, our charging section is not over yet. The real fun or the real dhumtananana is still pending now, because now for the next 3 hours or next 2.5 hours, how much ever time we have, we are gonna learn how to compute tax. People, to learn how to compute total income is a very big process. If you have attended yesterday's lecture, I have told you 5 heads of income, residential status, clubbing of income, set off of losses, then gross total income, then deduction under chapter 6A, and then you will get total income. So for the next 120 hours, we are going to learn how to compute total income. But today's lecture, we are going to learn how to compute total tax or how to compute total income tax. So are you ready, people? Yes, we are ready. Now let us first learn the format of how to compute the total tax. Compute. I hope everyone has got their calculators today. because many calculations will come today. Yesterday was only full theory lecture, but from today onwards we are starting with the practical aspect of income tax. So please keep a calculator handy. Maybe next 20-25 minutes will be requiring calculator. Computation of total tax. How to compute total tax? See people, first let me give the format, then one by one we will discuss of how to compute total tax. First you have to compute something called as basic tax. How to compute we will learn in some time. So first we have to compute basic tax. On that we have to add something called as surcharge. Now what is surcharge? That also will, but it is not applicable to everyone. It is only applicable to few people, to whom we will see that in some time. Then we have to subtract something called as rebate. Rebate under section 87A. Now this is also not applicable to everyone. This is also applicable only to few people. And if it is applicable, we have to subtract that. And after doing all this, what we get here is called as net basic tax. What is it called, people? Net basic tax. Now on this net basic tax, we have to add something called as health and education cess. What do we have to add, people? Health and education cess at the rate of 4% on this. And once you add this, the final thing what we get, this is called as total income tax. This is called as total income tax. This is how we have to calculate income tax. So our job today is to learn how to compute basic tax, how to compute surcharge, how to give rebate, then how to compute our cess, and how to then finally compute our total income tax. Now before coming to this, people, before I start one by one, I want everyone answers in the chat box. Again, same repetitive question which I am discussing from yesterday. How many persons are there in Income Tax Act? Please type the number in the box. Yes, everyone is agreeing, people. Full Dhoni fans in the chat box. 7. Can I say Thala for a reason? So there are 7 people in Income Tax Act, and almost every one of them has a separate rate of tax. Sir, what are you saying? Yes. Individual has a separate rate of tax. Companies have separate rate of tax. Partnership firm have separate. Yes, there are 2-3 people who have same also, but like this, various different persons have different tax. So what we will do now, we will pick first category of person. Let us say individual. Now for individual, we'll pick first. For individual, first we'll learn basic tax. Then we will learn surcharge. Then we will learn rebate. Then we will learn health and education cess. Like this, we'll keep on learning for every person one by one. I hope I'm making myself very clear. Yes, sir. So can I proceed? Yes, I can proceed. Just 1 second. Check, is everything going proper? Because we are streaming today for the first time live, so I'm just checking is everything going proper. I hope everything is proper. The hope is the only thing I can do, people. Please, people, again request to everyone, don't reply to me individually. Put any message in the main chat box only, because it's very difficult for me to open individual messages, because the main chat box is right open in front of me. So your doubts will be visible to me on spot. But if you personally message me, your doubts will not be visible to me on spot. So please request every one of you to please specifically put any replies or any doubts in the main chat box only. Thank you. Now, okay. Now let us start with the first. First of all, we are starting for the first category of person called as individual. Very important from your CA inter exam point of view. because Institute of Chartered Accountant of India focuses a lot on individual at inter level. See, at final level they focus also on companies and firms a lot, but specifically at CA inter level, our ICI, our mother body, specifically focuses on individuals. That inter level, since we are learning income tax for the first time, our 100% focus should be on the taxability and the taxes paid by an individual. So let us start with individuals first. Now in individual, the first thing what I am starting is clause 1, called as first I am starting with basic tax. Then I'll start with surcharge and then I'll start with rebate. First let me start with basic tax. I hope you are remembering this format. This format should be stuck in your mind now till the day of exam or till your day of last day on this earth, because if you clear inter, then final also same thing will be applicable, and if you choose to practice in tax, then same thing is applicable in real life also. So this format should be remembered by you throughout your life if you are into tax practice. Until you clear your exams, so you have to remember only. Now first let us learn what is basic tax for what? Individuals first. Now basic tax. Now what is happening, people? For individual, there are two options available in the market. Government has given two options. One is called as new tax regime. One is called as new tax regime under section 115 BAC, and one more is called as old tax regime. So there are two regimes available for individuals, people. One is called as new tax regime and one more is called as old tax regime. New tax regime is also called as default tax regime. New tax regime is also called as default tax regime, and old tax regime is called as optional tax regime. Optional tax regime, or also we can call it as opt-out regime. Opt-out regime. Now what is it? Let us understand now. See, Government of India has given two options to the people. You want to follow new tax regime, follow new tax regime. You want to follow old tax regime, follow old tax regime. The option is with you. See, the rates are different and little the mechanism of computing taxes in both the regimes are little different. So it's up to us. It's up to the individual. If he wants to follow new tax, he can follow new tax regime. If you want to follow old tax, he can also follow old tax regime. It is an option. Sir, can you change every year? We'll see that. There in some cases you can change every year. In some case you have to be constant throughout the year. What are all the cases? One by one we will learn everything. But people, in exam they can ask you a question on any regime. They can ask you a question like this: compute total tax as per new tax regime. Then in that case we have to follow new tax regime. Or they can also ask you compute total tax as per old tax regime. Then we will have to compute tax as per what? Old tax regime. But now I have a question to all of the students who are present here. If the question is silent, if the question is what? Silent. The question only says you calculate total tax. I want everyone's answer. If the question is silent, then which regime will you follow? Yes, the answers have already come to me and everyone is saying what? New tax regime. If the question is silent, then we will have to compute the total tax as per what? New tax. Remember, see, say me one thing. When we purchase a new mobile phone, can I say there are some settings or there are some wallpaper or ringtone which are there by default? Only when you change it, then only the wallpaper or ringtone will change. Hey, am I clear? So unless and until you don't opt out from the new tax or you don't choose out from the new tax, you will continue to follow new tax regime. Only if you wish that no, for us new tax is not better, for us old tax is better, then you can opt out and start following what? Old tax regime. But people, from the last 2-3 attempts, what is our institute doing? No, they are asking both the regimes. What are they saying? No, what is the question coming? I told you yesterday the first question which comes for 15 marks. mandatory question. How question they are asking, if you know, they are asking compute tax under both the regimes and comment which regime is beneficial to that person. So it will increase our time now in the exam. We'll have to compute tax as per new tax also. We'll have to compute tax as per old tax. And in whichever regime it is beneficial to us, means in whichever regime the tax is what? Less. That regime we have to advise to that person that this regime you follow. So we'll have to learn both the regimes. It's not like that we have to learn only new, old we don't have to learn. We have to learn both the regimes, because any regimes or both the regimes can be asked in exams. Yes. So what are we going to do? As of now, we'll start with old tax regime. First we'll complete old tax regime completely. Then after some time we will start with new tax regime, and then we'll compare both which regime is better. See, for some people new tax regime might be good, and for some other people old tax regime might be good. It all depends upon the case to case basis. For you old might be good, for me new might be good. So there is no standard answer that for some people. It all depends on how much you are earning, how much is your deductions, all those various things which we will learn in this coming days. So what happens now, people? In new tax regime, the tax rates are low. What did I say? In new tax regimes, the tax rates are what? Low. However, there are various benefits of deductions or exemptions. There are various benefits of deductions or exemptions which are not allowed. Which are what? Not allowed. But in old tax regime, no people, the tax rate is comparatively high. The tax rates is comparatively what? High. However, there are various benefits which are available. Which are what, people? Which are available. So it's up to you now. You have to compute that for some people new might be good, and for some other people old tax regime might be good. Now what are we going to do right now? We will first start with our old tax regime. Now let us start. Now we are starting for 4 peoples right now. See, even I told that we are only starting for individuals, but people, for individuals, for HUF, for association of person, body of individual, and artificial juridical person, out of 7 people, for these 4 people the tax rate is same. Which 4 people? Can you repeat with me, people? For individual, then HUF, then what? AOP BOI, and then artificial juridical person. For these 4 people the tax rates are same. So we are learning it together only. Then we'll only have to learn for partnership firm, for local authority, and for companies. We will first complete this 4, because for all these 4 persons the tax rate is what? Same. Now let us start. First, what is your total income? What is your total income, and how to compute basic tax? Now let us see. First, now I'll write down the limits. If your income is between 0 to 2,50,000 per annum, see, all the figures here are given in per annum basis. Nothing is given in per month here. So if your income is between 0 to 2,50,000 per annum, then your tax is nil. You don't have to pay a single rupee of tax to the government. So if you're earning only how much? 2,50,000 per annum, then you don't have to pay any taxes to the government. But if your income exceeds 2,51,000 to 5 lakhs per annum, then how much tax should I pay to the government, sir? You have to pay 5% in excess of 2,50,000. How much should you pay? 5% in excess of what? 2,50,000. Sir, what do you mean in excess of 2,50,000? See, always remember, for this individual, HUF, AOP, BOI or artificial juridical person, what is applicable is something called as slab rates. What is applicable, people? Slab rates. You understand the meaning of the word slab? Slab means one after other, after another, after another. Means what? If your total income is, let us say, 4 lakh rupees. How much did I say, people? Again repeat, how much is my income? 4 lakh rupees is, let us say, example, my income. For the first 2.5 lakh rupees, people, I don't have to pay zero. I don't have to pay single tax. 0 rupees tax I have to pay. Because for the first 2,50,000 in a year, people, I don't have to pay a single rupee of tax to the government. Now, how much is more than 2.5 lakhs here, people? Can you say me the balancing figure? Can I say it's 1.5 lakhs? Yes or no? Now, on this 1.5 lakhs, I only have to pay at the rate of what? 5%. Up to 5 lakh rupees. So, how much ever it comes, that will be the what? Answer. So, this is the case. Then, what if your income is more than 5 lakhs? So, if your income is more than 5 lakhs, that is, if your income is 5 lakh 1 to 10 lakhs, then how much tax we have to pay to the government? You have to pay tax to the government 20% in excess of 20% in excess of 5 lakhs. 20% in excess of 5 lakhs, this much tax we have to pay to the government. And what if your income is more than 10 lakhs? So if your income is more than 10 lakhs, then you have to pay tax 30% in excess of 10 lakhs. These are the rates as per old tax regime. Now let us revise it once and then do a various examples on it. What is the basic tax rate again, people? If your income is what? Between 0 to 2 lakh 50, you have to pay 0 tax. Then if your income is 2 lakh 50 to what? 5 lakhs, then how much tax should you pay? 5% in excess of what? 2 lakh 50,000. Then if your income is between more than 5 lakh to up till 10 lakhs, then on that 20% in excess of 5 lakhs. And if your income is more than 10 lakhs, then how much you have to pay? 30% in excess of 10 lakhs. Now, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna give you 3 examples. Case 1, case 2, case 3. In all the 3 examples, okay, initially I'll give 2 only, then another 2 I'll give you after some time. I'll give you 2 examples. In both the cases, please compute me the basic tax and give me the answer. I hope you are ready. Are you ready? Yes, sir, we are ready. Case number 1, case number 2. My total income. My total income in case number 1, let us say, is 7 lakh rupees. And in case number 2, my total income is, let us say, 15 lakh rupees is my total income. Please compute basic tax in both the cases and put the answers in the box. Please reply in the main chat. Yes, I have got multiple answers, people. Many people are saying for case number 1, the answer is 52,500, what I am getting in the chat box. Some people are also saying 32,500. Okay, let us see. Some people are also saying 54,600. Okay, let us see. Yes, 52,500. Some people are also saying 22,500. Okay, let us see. Please reply in the main chat. People, don't message me on one-on-one. I will not be able to see the answers. Okay, please also reply for case 2 also. Give the answer for case 2 also. 2,62,500. Okay, any other answer for case number 2? Some people are saying 2,52,500. Some people are saying 1,50,000. Okay. Yes, I'm getting multiple answers, people. Different answers I'm getting. Multiple answers I'm getting. Now, I hope, see, people, remember one thing. In class, we always have to try. Whether we go right or whether we go wrong is not a concern here. I always say to the students, we have to go wrong in class as much as possible. The more you go wrong in class, the less probability of you going wrong in exams. Because once you go wrong in class, automatically that will be stuck in your subconscious mind. The visual approach will be developed. Okay, I had already went wrong here. Now the same mistake I don't have to commit again. So don't be under the hesitation of not solving. Please, every chapter when I start, whenever I do any question, I always give you time to solve the question. So please do it. Okay, now see how to calculate. See here. For the first 2.5 lakh rupees, people, you don't have to pay a single rupee of tax. So your income will be, or tax will be zero on the first 2.5 lakh rupees. Then on the next 2.5 lakhs, that is from 2.5 lakh to 5 lakhs, that is another 2.5 lakhs. On that the tax will be how much? 5%. That will be how much? 12,500. So 2.5 plus 2.5, 5 lakhs gone. Then how much is left? 5 lakhs more. How much is left? How much is left more? 2 lakhs is left more. That will be taxed at what? 20%. So this will be how much? 40,000. So your total tax will be how much? Your total tax will be 52,000 what? 500. Some people only gave me 40,000 as answer. No, 40,000 is only on 2 lakh. We have to compute tax on entire what? 7 lakhs. So out of 7 lakhs, for the first 2.5 lakh zero tax, next 2.5 lakhs at the rate of 5%, and next, that is from 5 lakh to 7 lakh, that is 2 lakhs. The tax will be at the rate of what? 20%. So the total put together will be how much? 52,500. All those who have went wrong, I hope you have understood this. Now let us compute on 15 lakhs also. Again, can I say same thing? For the first 2.5 lakhs at the rate of 0%, that will be how much? 0. Then on the next 2.5 lakhs, that is from 2.5 lakh to 5 lakhs, at the rate of what? 5%, that is how much? 12,500. Then from what? 5 lakh to 10 lakh. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, how much is the difference? 5 lakhs, that will be at the rate of what? 20%. So here the tax will be how much? 1 lakh. Hey, yes or no? Then on the balance 5 lakhs. On the balance 5 lakh, matlab from 10 lakh to 15 lakh. 10 lakh to 15 lakh, that is 5 lakh into 30%. So that will be how much, people? This will be 1,50,000. How much? 1,50,000. So what is the total? Total will come to how much? 2,62,500 will be the total income tax. Hey, is this clear to everyone? Anyone doubts? No. So I'm gonna give you more 2 examples. Please compute in both the cases and be ready with the answers. Case 3, case 4. Here the income is 20 lakh rupees is my income, and here let us say my income is 80 lakh rupees. Please compute basic tax in both the cases. Everyone, please compute basic tax in both the cases. Yes, I am getting multiple answers. Everyone is saying how much? 4,12,500 is the answer I am getting. Yes. So how did I get this answer, everyone? One second, hold on. Those who are doing case 4, I'll give you one shortcut to do case 4. Just focus on case 3 1 second. See here. For the first 2.5 lakhs, at what rate, people? 0%. So the tax will be what? 0. On the next 2.5 lakhs, at the rate of what? 5%. So the tax will be how much? 12,500. Then from what? 5 lakh to 10 lakhs, that is what? 5 lakhs at the rate of 20%. That will be how much? 1 lakh. Yes or no? And then from 10 lakh to 20 lakh. 10 lakh to 20 lakh will be how much? 10 lakh at the rate of what? 30%. That will be how much? 3 lakhs. So what is the total tax, people? 4,12,500 is the what? Total tax. I hope everyone is understanding the calculation of the basic tax. Yes. Now see, if you are little smart, whether from the top or whether from the knees, wherever applicable, there is a shortcut. What is the shortcut? Whenever your income is more than 10 lakhs, can I say for the first 10 lakhs, this calculation will always remain same. For the first 10 lakhs, this calculation will always remain same. That is, for the first 10 lakhs, the tax will always be how much? 1,12,500. And whatever is the income more than 10 lakhs, on that directly apply what? 30%. I hope you have understood. What did I say? For the first 10 lakhs, the tax will always be 0 plus 12,500 plus 1 lakh. That is what? 1,12,500. And whatever is the income more than 10 lakhs, on that directly apply what? 30%. Now, let us do the shortcut here, people. Don't use the calculator. Let us do it orally. 80 lakhs is the income here. Now, on the first 10 lakhs, what will be the tax, people? 1,12,500 will be the tax. Balance, how much is left? 70 lakhs. That multiply by what? 30%. 7 3s are, we know, 21. So 21 lakhs. Yes or no? So the total answer will be what? 22 lakhs 12,000 what? 500. See, you can do this approach also again. For the first 2.5 lakh 0, next 2.5 lakh 12,500, next 5 lakh is 1 lakh. We can do that, but directly we have a shortcut available. Now I'll give you more too. Don't use the calculator. Let us do it orally. Let us say your total income is 1 crore. Let us do it orally. Don't even use your calculator. Your income is how much? 1 crore. Simply do it orally. See, for the first 10 lakhs, 1,12,500. Now balance, how much is left? 90 lakhs. 90 lakhs into 30%. So 9 3s are 27 lakhs. So 27 lakh plus 1,12,500. That is how much? 28 lakh 12,500. Hey, I hope you have understood the shortcut, Ray. Yes. Well, one second. Are you understanding, or am I simply getting excited over here? I hope you are understanding. Yes. Now let us do, if your income is, let us say, 90 lakhs. Your income is, let us say, 90 lakhs. How will you do? For the first 10 lakh, 1,12,500. Then balance left is how much? 80 lakhs. So 80 lakhs into 30%. That is 24 lakh plus 1,12,500. That is how much? 25 lakh 12,500. Is this clear to everyone? Is clear. So these are the what we have learned. We have learned the tax rates for whom, people? We have learned the tax rates for whom? Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, and what? Artificial juridical person. But this all rates what we have learned, we have only learned as per which regime yet? Old tax regime. We have not started new tax regime yet. These all rates are given as per what? Old tax regime. Am I clear? Yes. But there is a fun now. What is the fun? The fun is, if you are a resident, if you are a resident senior citizen, if you are a resident senior citizen. People, can you answer me? What do you mean by the word senior citizen? Above age 60 or what? Please reply. 60 and above, correct. Not only above 60. The right answer is what? Any person who is what? 60 years and above at any time during the previous year. People, what do you mean by previous year? Can I say previous year means the last year? You say yes, then what do you mean by previous year? The year in which the income is earned. So if in the year in which you are earning income, if you are 60 years or above at any time, whether on the first day of the year or on the last day of the year or in between the year, whenever, if you are turning 60 years and above at any time during the previous year, but less than 80 years of age, then you are called as a senior citizen. And if you are a resident senior, not only senior citizen, you also have to be what kind of senior citizen? You also have to be a, see, there are two things. One is you have to be resident, that we will learn in chapter number 2, that how to determine whether we are a resident of India or whether we are a non-resident, that we will learn in chapter number 2. But as of now, if you are a resident plus if you are a senior citizen, matlab you should not only be Budau, you have to be Indian Budau. You cannot be foreign Budau. If you are foreign Budau, then this concept is not applicable to you. What you have to be, people? You have to be Indian Budau. That is resident senior citizen. Then there is some benefit applicable to you. What is the benefit? Then for you, there is a little change in the tax rate. What is the change in the tax rate? For you now, the tax will be from 0 to 3 lakhs. Earlier, how much it was? 0 to 2 lakh 50. Now here it is what? 0 to 3 lakh. The tax will be 0%. No tax. More 50,000 benefit. Maja madi. Enjoy. More 50,000 increased. If you are a Indian Budau, resident senior citizen. If your income is between 3 lakh 1 to 5 lakhs, then you have to pay tax at the rate of 5% in excess of 3 lakhs. And if your income is between 5 lakh 1 to 10 lakhs, then you have to pay a tax of 20% in excess of 5 lakhs. And if your income is more than 10 lakhs, then you have to pay tax of 30% in excess of 10 lakhs. Everything is same, people. Everything is same as we have learned before. Only what has increased now? This part. That is, earlier it was what? 2.5 lakhs. But however, if you are a resident senior citizen, then for you the limit is what? 0 to 3 lakhs. Baki calculation, everything is same. And who is called as a senior citizen, people? Anyone who is 60 years and above, but less than what? 80 years of what? Age. Yes? Now I am going to give you two examples. Please calculate the tax in both the examples and say me the answer. Mr. A aged 72 years. People, age is not given for marriage purpose here. There is some reason behind it. Age 72 years, a non-resident. Compute his basic tax. Now let us say case number 1. One case is enough for time being. His total income is 25 lakhs. Please compute his basic tax and say me. Please compute his basic tax and people, please compute and say me. See, all the examples are there in my notes. You don't have to worry about anything. Just calculate and say me as of now. 50. Even if you are a non-resident, you have to pay taxes in India on Indian income, assuming this is my Indian income. This is my Indian income only. Don't say 0. See, if you remember yesterday's discussion, if you are a resident, we have to pay tax on all income. But if you are a non-resident, at least on Indian income, you have to pay tax. On Indian income, you have to pay tax. That we'll see in our second chapter. What is Indian income? Who is a non-resident? All those we will learn. But even if you remember my brother example yesterday, my brother was a non-resident staying in UK, but he has a property in Bangalore. On that, he has to pay tax on rent. Yes. Calculate tax. Yes, he is a non-resident. So now can you say me, since he is a non-resident, will 0 to 3 lakh limit be applicable to him? Will 0 to 3 lakh limit applicable to him? People answer in the box. Will 0 to 3 lakh limit be applicable to him? No. He will have to pay tax, but 0 to 3 lakh limit will not be applicable. What will be applicable to him? The limit applicable to him will be what? 0 to 2.5 lakh. These limits will only be applicable to him. The extra limits, the extra benefit is only available to which senior citizen? It is available only to a what? Resident senior citizen. In our question right now, he is a senior citizen, no doubt, but he is a non-resident. So now his tax will again be computed same. For the first 2.5 lakhs at the rate of 0, so it will be 0. Next 2.5 lakhs at the rate of 5%, that is what? 12,500. On the next 3 lakhs at the rate, next 5 lakhs at the rate of 20%, that will be what? 1 lakh. And next how much? 15 lakhs at the rate of 30%, that is how much? 4,50,000. So what is the total, people? 5 lakh. Please help me with the answer. 5 lakh 62,500. But will your answer change, people, if in the question I make this person as a resident of India? Will your answer change? And if your answer will change, please give me the new answer. Give me the new answer. Rohit is saying 5 lakh 60. Anyone else? Supriya also 5 lakh 60. Okay. See, if you put me message personally, I'll not be able to see. Only if you put in chat box, I can see main chat. 5 lakh 60, 5 lakh 60. Okay, Michelle and Jairam. Okay. Let us see. So now can I say this person is a Buddha? But now can I say he is our Buddha? Our Buddha matlab what? He is a resident of what? India. So now for him the limit applicable will be 0 to 3 lakhs at the rate of 0. So tax will be what? 0. Then 3 lakh to 5 lakh, that is 2 lakhs at the rate of what? 5%. So tax here will be 10,000. And then 5 lakh to 10 lakh, that is 5 lakh at the rate of 20%. So tax will be what? 1 lakh. And then for the next 15 lakhs at the rate of 30%, that will be what? 4,50,000. So the total tax comes to how much? 5,60,000. Is it clear to everyone? Yes. Now do one more example. Same example, assuming is 72 years of age and is a resident of India. Please compute if his income is 40 lakhs. Give me the answer fast. His income is 40 lakhs. Please compute the answer for the case 2. His income is 40 lakhs. Yes, 10 lakh, 10,000. Any other answer? Yes. 1 second, I'll take 10 lakh, 10,000. Essay 10 lakh, 10,000. Kushi 10 lakh, 10. Yes, what's the doubt? Extra benefit. Since he is a senior citizen, extra benefit. That's all. You will see in throughout the law, Indian government gives lots of benefit to senior citizens only if you are a resident of India. Throughout the chapter you will see various places they have given benefits. We will see that is one more benefit is there. Yes, how did you compute, people? For the first 3 lakhs, the tax will be what? At the rate of 0. So tax will be 0. Next 2 lakhs at the rate of 5%. So here amount will be how much? 10,000. Then next how much? 5 lakhs at the rate of what, people? 20%. So tax here will be 1 lakh. And then next 30 lakhs at the rate of 30%, that will be how much? 9 lakhs. So the total answer will be what? 10 lakh 10,000. I hope everyone has understood. Now this is the case in case of a what? Resident senior citizen. Sir, what if a person is more than 80 years of age or 80 years and above? They are called as resident. First of all, you have to be resident, plus you have to be super. You have to be what? Super senior citizen. Means a person who is very near and dear to God. A person who is very near and dear to God, awaiting for his divine intervention. You understand the meaning of the word divine intervention? Anytime he can get a call from the boss of the world. So he is called as a what? Super Budav. Resident Super Budav. Who is called as a super senior citizen, people? Anyone whose age is what? 80 years or above. 80 years or above at any point. At any point of time during what? Previous year. What do you mean by previous year, people? The year in which the income is what? Earned. Now, what is the tax rates for them? The tax rate for them is, if they are earning from 0 to 5 lakhs in a year, they don't have to pay a single tax. Zero tax they have to pay. Up to 5 lakh rupees income, people, they up to 5 lakh rupees income, they don't have to pay a single rupee of tax. Then, if their income is 5 lakh 1 till 10 lakhs, then they have to pay a tax of 20% in excess of 5 lakhs. And if their income is more than 10 lakhs, then they have to pay tax at the rate of 30% in excess of what? 10 lakhs. 30% in excess of what? Everything is same. Only the first slab is removed. Up to 5 lakh rupees zero tax, people. For whom? If you are a super senior citizen. Up to 5 lakh rupees, you don't have to pay a single rupee of tax to the government. Full maja maro. Now I'll give you an example. Please solve in both the cases and say me the answer. Mr. A, aged 87 years, a resident of India. A resident of India, compute his BT. Compute his BT. BT matlab basic tax. Case number 1, case number 2. What is his total income? His total income here is 20. I'll keep little difficult figures now. 17 lakhs, and here it will be 49 lakhs. 17 lakhs and 49 lakhs. Yes, every one of you do. Yes, I'm getting answers. People are saying 31 lakhs in the chat box. Yes, let us try it now. Now, can I say, is he a super senior citizen? Yes. And also he is a what? Resident of India. So on the first 5 lakhs, his tax will be 0. On the next 5 lakhs, his tax will be at the rate of 20%, that is 1 lakh. On the next 7 lakhs, his tax will be at the rate of 30%. That will be how much? 7 threes are how much? How much? 2 lakh? 2 lakh 10,000? Yes. So the total answer is how much, people? 3 lakh 10,000 is the total basic tax in our case number 1, which majority of people have answered in the chat box. Now next, now come to 49 lakhs again. For the first 5 lakhs again, can I say 0? Yes. Hellos. Hey, hellos to hellos, are you understanding? Yes. Then on the next 5 lakhs at the rate of what? 20%, that will again come to be what? 1 lakh. So 10 lakh gone, 49 lakh minus 10 lakh. How much is left now? 39 lakh. Now do 39 lakh into 30%. Now here I'll also require calculator. How much? 39 lakhs into 30%. Yes to 11 lakh 70,000. Yes or yes? Now total is coming to how much? 12 lakhs 70,000. Which majority of you? Someone got no. Please do the additions carefully, people. Use calculators. I think you're going wrong in the addition. Majority of you got the answer right. 12 lakh 70,000 is the right answer. So I hope everyone has understood till now. So whatever we have discussed in the last 1 hour, let us see where it is written in the notes, so that when we revise for exam, everything is there on place. So let's come to our notes. Till here we had done yesterday, if you remember. Till here we have read it. Previous year and what? Assessment year. Again I am saying, those who have not attended yesterday's lecture, or those who have directly come to lecture number 2, please go and watch lecture number 1 recording first. Then come to lecture number 2. Everything is interlinked. I have given the entire process of how we are going to proceed, where are the notes, what we have to write down in the class, what not to write down in the class. Everything is told in that first lecture. So please watch lecture number 1 and then attend lecture number 2. Now, this is what we had learned yesterday. Now let us start with today. Today first we started with what? How to compute tax. On total income, first we'll compute what? Basic tax. Then on that we'll add surcharge, and then we'll subtract rebate. Then we'll get what? Net basic tax. And on that we'll add something called as health and education cess. And then finally we'll get what? Total income tax. Out of that, first we have only started with basic tax, right? And that also we have started only for 4 people as of now. Which 4 people we have started as of now? Individuals, HUF, AOP, BOI, and what? Artificial juridical person. And what we have started first for these 4 people? Basic tax rate. And basic tax rate for them is as per what? Slab rate. One after other after other. I hope you are understanding. Now there are 2 regimes, if you remember. One is called as new tax regime and one is called as what? Old tax regime. New tax regime is also called as default tax regime, and old tax regime is called as what? Optional tax regime. Now all differences I have not taught you yet. I'll teach you one by one. See, everything I cannot teach you one. I told you here the rates are less, but here the rates are high. But here various benefits are what? Not available. But here various benefits are what? Available. Now one by one, as and when we'll do various things will be covered. As of now, these 3 things I have not discussed. Now here see, everything word by word, everything is there here. You don't have to even think about it. See here, what have I written first? Everyone read please. We shall first learn what? Old tax regime, and then afterward, completion of all chapters, we shall learn what? New tax regime. See, in detail new tax regime I can complete only when all the chapters are done. But today we will at least see the tax rates of new tax regime. Because what happens now, people? In new tax regime, there are various benefits which are not allowed. Now that I cannot teach you today, because when I start salaries chapter, there 4 benefits are not allowed. When I start house property chapter, there 3 benefits are not allowed. When I start PGBP chapter, there are another 2 benefits. Like this, whenever I start various chapter, that time in detail we'll learn new tax. Today we'll only learn the tax rates of new tax after some time. But first let us focus completely on what? Old tax regime. Now these rates we have learned. These are the basic tax rates as per what? Old tax regime for resident individuals whose age is what? Less than 60 years, or whoever is a non-resident any age, whether is a non-resident Budau or what, not matter, or HUF, AOP, BOI or AJP. See, they cannot have any age. So for them, this is the tax rate applicable. That is 0 to 2 lakh 50 0, 2 lakh 50 to 5 lakh 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%, and more than 10 lakh 30%. Same examples I have given. So when you write down the notes or you are taking printout, whatever it is there available with you. Those who don't have the link of these notes, I have already shared the link of these notes in the Telegram group, and if you don't find there also, I have also attached in the YouTube description the handwritten notes. Still, if you don't find it, let me know, I'll put it in the chat box also. Now, then we had learned the tax rates for whom people? Resident senior citizen. Who is called as a senior citizen people? Anyone whose age is what? 60 years or more but less than 80 years at any point of time during the previous year. And what is the rate? 0 to 3 lakh 0, 3 lakh to 5 lakh 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%, and more than 10 lakh 30%. Then we had learned the tax rates for whom people? Resident whom? Super senior citizen. Which people? Super senior. And who are called a super senior citizen? Anyone whose age is what? 80 years or above at any point of time during the previous year. For them, the limit directly studies up to 5 lakh rupees. They don't have to pay any tax, 0% tax. Then from 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%, and more than 10 lakh, they have to pay tax at the rate of 30%. This is what we have learned. See, word by word, whatever I have spoken in the class. See, obviously these numbers I cannot mug up and come. Examples might be different, but word by word, everything is there in my notes. You don't have to worry about anything. Yes? Now, I just want some confirmation from everyone. Till now, is everyone with me? Please send some confirmations. Yes. Yes. Check on YouTube also if there is any query there. इधर तो कोई chat नहीं है. Okay. चलो. Okay. Now, let us proceed further, people. Now, whatever you have learned, no people, limits. You have learned 3 limits now. One is up to 0 to 2.5 lakhs. One is 0 to 3 lakhs if you are a senior citizen. And one is 0 to 5 lakhs if you are a super senior. This limits, in tax language, we call this limits as bail. Not the puri bail. What I am talking about here is called as basic exemption limit. So this limits, in tax language we call this limit as basic exemption limit, or the limit up to which a person is not liable to pay tax. What did I say? The limit up to which the person is not liable to pay tax, that is called as what? Basic exemption limit. Just in knowledge purpose, people, in exam they might use this language, so remember this is called as basic exemption limit. Now people, do you want to hear something fun? You want to hear one fun story? There is one concept which is very funny. Let us start that concept, people. You'll have the fun. Now, can you say me, people, which is the previous year applicable for your exam? Yes, put it in the box. What is the previous year applicable for your exams? Yes, previous year 25-26. Now this year will start on 1st April 2025. Hey, don't say 24-25, 25-26. The year applicable to our exams is 25-26 or assessment year 26-27. Remember, the year applicable to our exam is 25-26. Again, I am repeating. Those who have said wrong, please rectify yourself. It will start on 1st April 25 and go on till 31st March 26. In this entire year, you will keep on earning various incomes, and this year's income will be assessed in the assessment year 26, 27. Now, say me, my happy birthday to you was on 22nd August 2025. And on this date, I was turning 60 years of age. I was turning what? 60 years of age. My 60th birthday was there. Now my question in front of you is, what is the tax limit which I can use for the year 25-26? 0 to 2.5 lakhs or 0 to 3 lakhs? Yes, can you? Yes, and the right answer is 0 to 3 lakhs. Because what was it saying? Any point of time during the what? Previous year. Where if you are turning 60 years, even on 31st March, let us say 31st March is your 60th birthday. Even if you are turning on the last day of the previous year, still for the entire year, the limit applicable will be what? 0 to 3 lakh rupees. But there has been a fun now. What is the fun now? Now everyone, please hear me out carefully. You will enjoy this. Now what happened? There was a person whose birthday was on 1st April 26. His parents made a fool out of him. He was born on what, people? He was born on April Fool's Day. So on 1st April 26, he was turning 60 years of age. It was his 60th birthday on 1st April 26. Now my question is, for the year 25-26, can he go for 0 to 3 lakhs? And the answer is no. Why? Because in the year 25-26, did he turn 60 years of age? No. He turned 60 years of age in the year 26-27. So he will get benefit. But from which previous year onwards? From previous whatever incomes he earns in this year onwards. Not on the incomes earned in 25-26. Because the law was saying what? At any point of time during the previous year. But 1st April is what? After the previous year. So can he take the benefit? No. But can I say this is little unfair? Just because of one day mistake. That too not of this person, because of his parents' mistake. I hope you are understanding what I am trying to say. Just because of his parents' mistake, he is losing out the benefit for the entire year. Hellos? Yes. So all these buddhas, they formed a union. And they went to government. Government matlab CBDT. And they said, knock knock, CBDT. CBDT saying who? CBDT told who? So all those people say, we all are Buddhas who are born on what? 1st April. So we are full Buddhas. Now CBDT told, what happened? Sir, just because of one day. Just because of what? One day. We are losing out the benefit for the what? Entire year. Then government thought. Government saying, you come here. Then government came up with the circular. Who government matlab? CBDT. CBDT came with a what? Circular saying that if any person is born on the 1st April of any year, then for income tax purposes, he will be considered to have turned 60 years or 80 years of age on 31st March itself. What did the CBDT say? If anyone is born on what? 1st April, then for income tax, see, reality mein to his birthday will be on 1st April only. But for what? Income tax purposes, he will be considered to be of what? 60 years or 80 years on what? 31st March itself. Now people say me, if he is considered as 60 years or 80 years of age, in our example it is 60 years of age, then can I take the 3 lakh rupees benefit from the year 25-26 itself? People say me yes or no, and the answer is yes. Exemption is now allowed. So say me one thing, will you follow this circular or will you not follow this circular? Will you follow this circular or will you not follow this circular? We will follow. If you remember yesterday I told you, circulars are always what? Beneficial in nature. So this circular everyone will follow because it is what? Beneficial to us. Now can I say those people who are born on 2nd April, they also got excited? They also got excited, people. Those who are born on what? 2nd April, they also got excited. Now can I say, can these people also take the benefit who are born on 2nd April? Say me? No. Right answer is no. Those people also went to government. Again they went to CBDT. CBDT. Just because of 2 days mistake of our parents, we are losing out the exemption for the entire year. CBDT told, is it? Come here. Turn around. And CBDT gave them an appropriate place. CBDT, what nonsense. If we give for 2nd April now, then 3rd April people will come. If we give benefit for 3rd April, then 4th April people will come. If we give benefit for 4th April, then 5th April. Hey, is there any end to it? No. So the CBDT is very clear here. The benefit is only available to those people who have made a fool out of themselves. That is, who are born on April Fool Day. Hey, that is what? 1st April. Hey, is it clear? Yes. Specifically only for those who are born on what? 1st April. So let us read this CBDT circular. The amount, this point of we have discussed, the amount of 2 lakh, 50, 3 lakh or 5 lakh in the above slab up to which basic tax is what? 0 is called as what? Basic exemption limit. That is the minimum amount up to which the tax payable is what? 0. Now read this circular, everyone. Again, see, this benefit is only for resident. Remember people, throughout income tax, benefits are always given only to resident 95% of the time. 5% some benefits are even given to non-residents also, but 95% of the time the benefits are only given to residents, because residents only be voting. When non-residents can vote if they are Indians, but mostly government want to make residents more happy because they are there, no, most of the time. Yes, if the resident individual turns 60 years or 80 years of age on 1st April of any assessment year, then he will be considered to be of 60 years or 80 years on what? 31st March of the previous year itself. Hence eligible for what? Higher basic exemption limit. So see, same example what I have explained, same example I have written. What is the same example? If Mr. A is turning 60 years on what? 1st April 26, that is in the previous year 26-27. From that is the next year onwards. But he will be considered 60 years old on March 26 itself. That is which year? Last day of the year, previous year 25-26. And therefore, he will be eligible for what? Basic exemption limit of what? 3 lakh from 25-26 itself. He does not have to wait till 26-27. From 25-26 itself he'll get, see, he'll get the benefit. Yes, everyone clear till now? Yes. We will see that whether we can change every year or not, or every year we have to follow old tax, or every year we have to follow new tax. We will see that at the end of the lecture today. Now, till here is everyone clear? If I can get some answers, then I can proceed. Yes, yes, people are understanding. Okay. So, till now, what we have done? Till now, we have only learnt something called as basic tax. We have only learned something called as what? Basic tax. That is also only for 4 people we have learned till now. That is for whom we have learned till now? Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI and artificial juridical person. Now before we start other person, let us also learn surcharge now for those 4 people. Now let us learn now surcharge. Surcharge. See people, basic tax was a percentage of your total income. So whenever you used to calculate basic tax, you used to apply as a percentage of income. But surcharge is a percentage of basic tax. So first we'll have to compute basic tax. On that we have to also apply what? Surcharge if it is applicable. Am I clear? Yes. Now surcharge is not applicable to everyone. Surcharge is only applicable to rich people. Applicable only to what? Rich. Sir, who is called as rich? We will see that. So everyone does not have to pay surcharge. Only who has to pay surcharge? Only if you are what? Rich. So rich person will have to pay basic tax also. And a rich person will also have to pay what? Surcharge. Now who is called as rich? Let us see. Only to whom? Rich people. Now surcharge are not slab rate. Surcharge are flat rates. You remember basic tax rates were slab rates. But surcharge is directly a what? Flat. 1%. No to have to do one after another after another. Directly take one rate, multiply that, you will get the surcharge. Hello, are you understanding? Yes. Now see here. If your total income, what will be the surcharge? Surcharge will be percentage of basic tax. Now, if your income is more than 50 lakhs in a year, not equal to, more than 50 lakhs, and if it is less than equal to 1 crore, all are in per annum, 1 crore in a year, then you have to pay surcharge of 10% of basic tax. You have to pay surcharge of 10% of basic tax. Well, what if your income is less than equal to 50 lakhs? Yes, can you answer? If your income is less than equal to 50 lakhs, then what to do? Yes, the right answer is there will be what? No surcharge. That means as per Indian government, who is considered as rich? Anyone who is earning what? Above 50 lakhs in a year. So if someone is earning above 50 lakhs in a year, basic tax so he has to pay. On basic tax now he will also have to pay what? Additional tax called as what? Surcharge. Now if your income is more than 1 crore but less than equal to 2 crore, then you have to pay surcharge of 15% of basic tax. Sir, should we remember all these rates, sir? What I am doing time pass here? Obviously you will have to remember. Sir, how? How matlab practice? If your income is more than 2 crore but less than equal to 5 crore, you have to pay surcharge of 25% of basic tax. And if your income is more than 5 crores, your income is more than 5 crores, then you have to pay surcharge of 37% of basic tax. If you are observing something carefully here, I am not writing in excess of. Why am I not writing the words in excess of? Because people, basic tax rates were slab rates. Were what? Slab rates. But these are what? Flat. Sir, what do you mean by that? Let us say if your income is 80 lakhs. So this will come here, 80 lakhs, directly take 10%. If your income is, let us say, 1.5 crores. How much did I say? 1.5 crore. Directly you have to see here. 1.5 crore means directly 15%. Direct. No for the first, then for the next, then for the next, nothing. Directly flat rate apply. Yeah, I hope I am making myself very clear. Yes. Now I am going to give you one example. Please try this example. In that, what you have to do is, you have to compute basic tax. On that, if the surcharge is applicable, add the surcharge. Then add both the amount and give me the final answer. What did I say? Basic tax plus surcharge. If surcharge is applicable, add surcharge. If not applicable, then don't add. Add both and then give me the final answer. Clear? Ready? Okay, ready. Again, let us revise the limit ones, then I'll give you the example, because these limits you are learning for the first time. Let us revise the limits one. What are the limits, people? 50 lakh to 1 crore. How much surcharge? 10% of basic tax. 1 crore to 2 crore, 15% of basic tax. 2 crore to 5 crore, 25% of basic tax. And more than 5 crore, 37% of basic. Clear? Again, 50 without seeing now. 50 lakh to 1 crore, 10%. 1 crore to 2 crore, 15%. 2 crore to 5 crore, 25%. And more than 5 crore, 37%. Mr. A, aged 37 years. Compute net basic tax. By net basic tax, I mean basic tax plus surcharge if applicable. Basic tax plus surcharge if applicable. Both we all have to add if applicable. Case 1, case 2, case 3. Total income. Total income here is 40 lakhs. Here total income is 90 lakhs. Case 3 I'll give in some time. First do both the cases. Okay. Case number 1. Now can I say in case number 1 first we'll have to compute basic tax. Is he a senior citizen or a super senior citizen in this example? No. What is his age? His age is only what? 37. Now directly can I apply shortcut, people? Why will I do again? Can I say for the first 10 lakhs, 1,12,500, balance 30 lakhs. On 30 lakhs, 30%. So that is 9 lakhs. 9 lakh plus 1,12,500. That is how much? 10,12,500. Now say me, in the first example, is surcharge applicable or is surcharge not applicable? No. Why? Because his income is what? Less than equal to 50 lakhs. Surcharge is only applicable when the income is more than what? 50 lakhs. So his net basic tax will be how much? 12 lakh, 10 lakhs, 12,500. Clear? Yes, that's what multiple people have got the answer. Now come to second case. Again, can I say let us compute basic tax via shortcut. For the first 10 lakhs, 1,12,500. Then next 80 lakhs. 80 lakhs into 30%. That is 24 lakhs plus 1,12,500. That is what? 25 lakh 12,000 what? 500. Now is surcharge applicable? Yes or no? Yes. Now what is my income? 90 lakh. So I will fall under which slab? Yeah, the first one. That is how much surcharge will I have to pay now? 10% of what? Basic tax. So apply 10% on this. That is how much? 2,51,250. So that brings your net basic tax to how much, people? 27 lakh 63,750. 27 lakh 63,750, which multiple people have got the answers. Very good. I'll give you one more. Do it. Excuse me. 2 crore. Once again. 2 crore 15 lakhs. 2 crore 15 lakhs. Do it. Two crore 15 lakhs. Yeah, you stop yawning and you stop sleeping. Nonsense. Stop doing the lectures from your bedroom, dude. Come at least sit on a proper bench and do class. Someone will be doing this random. Yes. Yes. Multiple answers I am getting on the chat box. 78 lakh 28,125. Okay. Let me do it now. Now again, can I say, let us first compute the basic tax for the first 10 lakhs, 1,12,500, and balance left is how much? 2 crore 5 lakh. 2 crore 5 lakh into 30%. That will be 61 lakh 50,000 plus 1 lakh 12,500. It will be how much? 62 lakh 62,500. Now is surcharge applicable? Yes. What is my income? 2 crore 15 lakhs. Now at what rate surcharge will be applicable, people? What rate? 2 crore 15. Oh, can I say it will fall in the third category? How much surcharge will I pay? 25 percentage. So multiply that with 25 percentage. How much is 25 percentage? 15 lakh 65,625. Now do the total of both. 62 lakh 62,500 plus 15 lakh 65,000. What is the answer? 73 lakh, no, 78 lakhs 28,125. That's what multiple people have got the answer. Yes. Some people only applied 15 percentage. Why did you apply only 15 percentage? We are falling under the third category. Because my income is 2 crore 15 lakhs. So directly I'll have to apply 25 percentage, not 15 percentage. I can see couple of people who have applied 15 percentage. Okay. So those who have went wrong, I hope you are understanding that you should not commit the same mistake again. Okay. So this was the concept of what? Surcharge. Now let us see from our notes, where is this concept covered? Surcharge. For which four people we have learned surcharge, people? Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, and what? Artificial juridical person. So if your income is between 50 lakh to 1 crore, you have to pay 10%. 1 crore to 2 crore, 15%. 2 crore to 5 crore, 25%, and more than 5 crore, 37%. These two notes I will discuss in some time. This I will discuss in capital gain chapter, and this note I will discuss when I am doing new tax regime. As of now, I will not discuss these two notes. And same examples I have kept in my notes also. So if you want to revise, you can solve these examples from here. Now again come back to the computation mechanism. This is where we had started. So now we have learned two things here. Which two things we have learned now here? How to compute basic tax, and now also we have also learned how to compute what? Surcharge. Now there is the third thing called as rebate. Now if you carefully see, you know what is the synonym of the word rebate? Synonym, you know, dusra, different meaning or different word to this rebate. Discount. Rebate is also called as what? Discount. Yes. So now you will get some discount from tax also. But can I say, who will ask for discount, people? Rich people or poor people? Who will ask for discount? Yes, poor people will ask for discount. So again, rebate is not applicable to every. Rebate is only applicable to what? Poor people. So if you are poor, now who is called as poor, we learn in some time. You will also have to subtract what? Rebate. So rebate is a good thing or rebate is a bad thing? No people, it's not a good thing. It is a very good thing. Rebate is a what? Very good thing, because that will ultimately reduce my tax, and everyone wants their tax to be what? Reduced. So now let us learn rebate. Rebate under section 87A. But again, this we are learning only as per old tax regime. First, let us completely learn as per old tax regime. Then we will focus to the what? New tax regime. Now, rebate under section 87A. Now, you will get rebate only if you satisfy three conditions. All the three conditions you have to satisfy in order to get rebate. Now, what are those three conditions? First, you have to be individual. So, can I say other 6 persons? Sir, other 6 persons? HUF, company, firm, AOP BOI, local authority, and artificial juridical person. These 6 people cannot take rebate. Only one person can take rebate. That is what? Individual. Plus, who should be a resident? I am saying you people, this point will be there throughout the chapter. Majority of the benefits are only available to what? Resident. Individual plus he has to be a what? Resident of India, plus his total income. TI means total income in a year should be less than equal to 5 lakh. Should be less than equal to what? 5 lakh. Means his income should not be more than what? His income should not be more than what? 5 lakhs. So who can take the benefit of rebate again, people? You have to be a what? Individual, plus you have to be a what? Resident of India, plus your income should be what? Less than equal to 5. All the three conditions if you satisfy, then only you can take the benefit of rebate. Now how much benefit you will get? That is rebate under section 87A is equal to whatever basic tax you get. Whatever basic tax you get, or maximum rebate you can take is 12,500 rupees, whichever is lower. This is the maximum rebate you can. What is basic tax or 12,500, whichever is low. And when can you take rebate? When you are an individual who is a resident and who is not earning more than 5 lakhs in. Now I'll give you an example. Try to solve it and then give me the answer. Mr. A, aged 40 years. Compute net basic tax. Net basic tax means if surcharge is applicable, add surcharge, and if rebate is applicable, subtract rebate. My total income is 4,50,000. My total income is 4,50,000. Please compute the net basic tax. Please compute the net basic tax. Please compute net basic tax. Yes, I am getting multiple answers. Some people are saying 10,000 and some people are saying 0. Let us see who is correct. First, let us compute basic tax on this. Now, can I say 0 to 2 lakh 50 0? So for the first 2.5 lakhs at the rate of 0, balance how much is left? 2 lakhs on that at the rate of 5%. So that will be how much? 10,000. Yes or no? Now we have to check, is he eligible for rebate? Is he an individual? Yes. Is he a resident? We don't know. Now let us assume he is a resident. See, normally if the question is silent, you can assume him to be a resident. Only if they specifically told he is a non-resident, then no. So he is an individual who is a resident and his income less than equal to 5 lakhs? Yes. So now he will also get a what? Rebate. Rebate under section 87A. And how much rebate will he get? Whatever is the basic tax or what? 12,500, whichever is what? Lower. So what is the basic tax? 10,000 or 12,500, whichever is what? Lower. So how much rebate will he get? 10,000. So accordingly, what will be his net basic tax? People, please use your calculators. 0. Is it clear? Sir. So now, when will you get again rebate? Let us revise. When you are an individual plus who is a resident, his income is less than equal to what? 5 lakh, and rebate is equals to basic tax or 12,500, whichever is lower. Is this clear to everyone? So now we have learned 3 things in computing tax. We have learned how to compute basic tax, we have learned how to compute surcharge, and we have also learned how to compute rebate. But I have a $1 million question now, which you will not get obviously. The $1 million question is, can in the same question surcharge and rebate be applicable together? Can surcharge and rebate be applicable in the same question? No. If no, why? If no, why? Sir, because the rates are different. Yes or no? Surcharge is applicable when the income is more than 50 lakhs. And rebate is applicable when the income is less than equal to what? 5 lakhs. Yeah, if I say in more layman language, which Aman is also saying, that we cannot be poor and rich at the same time. Either you can be poor or either you can be what? Rich. Both at the same time you cannot become. Yes or yes? Yes, sir. So if you are poor, you will get the benefit of rebate. And if you are rich, then you also will have to pay what? Surcharge. Sir, what about middle class? They only have to pay basic tax. Is this clear? Yes. Now, once you do this, finally what you get is called as net basic tax. On net basic tax, you have to add something called as health and education cess at the rate of 4%. Always. See, popularly I call this as coriander. So coriander. See, whenever any food product is there, whenever we have to garnish on the top, we put what? Coriander. So this is tax ka coriander. Whenever there is a tax, on that always you will have to garnish it with what? Health and education cess. Always. See people, sir, what is the difference between net basic tax and health and education cess? See, the net basic tax amount which the government collects from us, that goes to the consolidated fund of India. Consolidated fund of India means general fund. From that the government can use the fund for any purpose. Whether they want to use it for some infrastructure purpose, defense purpose, healthcare purpose, education purpose, cleaning purpose, any purpose they can use it. But whatever the money is collected in the form of health and education cess, this will not go to consolidated fund of India. This will go specifically for health fund or education. This money can only be used for health purposes or education purposes by the governments to open some government school or government hospitals, or only specific to what? Health and education, which we always have to add on net basic tax, and only after adding this 4% we'll get the final as what? Total income tax. Is this clear to everyone? So now I'm going to give you 3 examples. In all the 3 examples now, you have to compute total income tax and same. When I say total income tax means after garnishing of what? Health and education cess at the rate of what? 4% on net basic tax. This 4% on what? Net basic tax. So are you ready for the example? Yes. Mr. A, aged 45 years, a resident. Compute total income tax. Compute total income tax. Case 1, case 2, case 3, given are the total income. Total income is case 1, let us keep it 4 lakh. Case 2, let us keep it as 30 lakhs. And case 3, let us keep it as 70 lakhs. Please compute total income tax in all the 3 examples. Is there any doubt on YouTube? No message is there on YouTube. Yes, case 1 0, case 2 7 lakh 41,000, case 3 21 lakh 87,900. So multiple answers I am getting from the students in the chat box. Okay. See, I always want to take this lecture feeling as face-to-face lecture. Even though it is online, we have to feel that we are doing face-to-face. So please answer or please doing calculation. When I say you that do calculation, then please do the calculations. Just don't sit like you're sitting in a movie eating a popcorn. The next concept. Yes, now has everyone, okay sir, 1 more minute. Okay, try. If you go wrong, it's very good. The same mistake you will not commit in exam. Yes, many people are answering. Very good. I like the participation here. Chalo. Now let me do it. Now focus. Now here first let us compute something called as basic tax in all the 3 cases. First let us compute basic tax. So basic tax. Now here can I say basic tax will be how much? 0 to 2 lakh 50 0. And then what? 1 lakh 50 is left. 1 lakh 50 into 5% will be how much? 7,500. 1 second. Okay. 7,500. Then here 30 lakhs. So means for the first 10 lakhs, 1 lakh 12,500. And then on next 20 lakhs at the rate of 30%. That is 6 lakhs. Plus 1 lakh 12,500. That is 7 lakh 12,500. Then third case. Again. First 10 lakh, 1 lakh 12,500. Then balance left is 60 lakhs. So 60 lakhs into 30%. That is 18 lakhs. Plus 1 lakh 12,500. That will be how much? 19 lakh 12,500. Now plus surcharge. If surcharge is applicable. In first case is surcharge applicable? No. In second case is surcharge applicable? No. In third case is surcharge applicable? Yes, because income has crossed 50 lakhs. Now this 50 lakh to 1 crore, what was the surcharge limit? 10%. So how much will be the surcharge? 1,91,000 to 50 will be the surcharge. Then minus rebate under section 87A if it is applicable. In the first case, is rebate applicable? Yes. Why? Because I am a individual who is a resident and income is also what? Less than equal to what? 5 lakhs. So is rebate applicable? Yes. And if rebate is applicable, how much rebate will you get? 7,500, that is basic tax, or 12,500, whichever is lower. So that is 7,500 with clothes, with bracket. Then next, in the second case, will you get rebate? No, because your income is more than 5 lakhs. Third case, will you get rebate? No. So finally, what will you get here? Net basic tax. So in the first case, net basic tax will be 0. Hello, please don't use your calculator and make it feel ashamed. Second, it will be what? 7,12,000 what? 500. And third case, please add and let me know what is the answer here. 21 lakh 3,715. 750. Okay. Then on this, now you will have to add something called as what? Health and education cess at the rate of what? 4%. So 0 multiplied by anything is 0. A badmash rule. Are badmash ke to board mass rule. Then on this, please apply 4%. Now 1 second. Now, yeah, how much? 7,12,500 into 4% is how much? 28,500. Now do the totaling of both. How much will you get? Plus 7,12,500, that will be how much? 7,41,000. And here how much will be? 21,03,750 into 4% will be how much? 84,150. So when we add 84,150 plus 21,03,750, the answer will be how much? 21,87,500. 900, sorry. 21,87,900 will be the what? Answer. Is this clear to everyone? All those people who have went wrong also, have you understood that where you are committing the mistake also? Yes. Now, so if you carefully see this example, I have drafted very carefully. If you see, in the first case, I am poor. So I don't have to pay any rupee of tax. Up to 5 lakh, 0 tax. If I am middle class, then I only have to pay what? Basic tax. No need to pay surcharge, no benefit of rebate. But if I am rich, then I have to pay basic tax also, and I also have to pay what? Surcharge. This though will always be applicable like coriander. That is health and education cess at the rate of what? 4%, so will always be applicable throughout. Clear till now? So till now we have learned the entire taxation as per old tax regime. As per what? Old tax regime for 4 people we have learned. That is what 4 people? Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI and artificial juridical person. Still 3 more people are left. Company, partnership firm and what? Local authority. Now before I start the other 3 person, first let us see the tax rates in new tax regime also. For those 4 people, if you remember, 2 regimes are applicable. One is old tax regime. See, to show you. You remember, for this individual, HUF, AOP, BOI and artificial juridical person, there are 2 regimes applicable. One is called as new tax regime and one is called as old tax regime. So tax rates as per old tax regime, so we have learned. But now entire new tax regime I cannot discuss today. That I can discuss only in all the chapters. But at least in new tax regime we will at least learn the what right now, tax rate. Yes. So just relax for 2-3 minutes. Then we will start with the tax rates as per new tax regime. So relax for 2-3 minutes. Then we will start. Hey, now can you hear me? Yes, yes. Again, I'll repeat. Now again, I'll repeat. What are we gonna learn now? For four people, that is what? Individual, HUF, AOP, BO and artificial juridical person. We are gonna learn the basic tax rate now. And those basic tax rates, now we are gonna learn as per new tax regime or default tax regime. That are same concept is same, but only the amounts and the rate of tax is different. Baki slab rate concept in excess of everything remains the what? Same. Yes? Yes. Now let us see what are the rates. Perfectly now. You can hear me. Now, total income. Total income and what will be the basic tax rate? What will be the basic tax rate? So if your total income is 0 to 4 lakhs, then you don't have to pay a single rupee of tax. If your income is between 4 lakh 1 to 8 lakhs, then you have to pay tax of 5% in excess of 4 lakhs. And if your income is between 8 lakh 1 to 12 lakhs, you have to pay tax of 10% in excess of 8 lakhs. Then if your income is between 12 lakh to 16 lakh, 12 lakh 1 to 16 lakh, you have to pay a tax of 15% in excess of 12 lakhs. Then if your income is between 16 lakh 1 to 20 lakhs, then you have to pay a tax of 20% in excess of 16 lakhs. And if your income is between 20 lakh 1 to 24 lakh, you have to pay a tax of 25% in excess of 20 lakhs. And if your income is more than 24 lakhs, then you have to pay tax of 30% in excess of 24 lakhs. It is completely different rates as compared to your old tax regime. See, old tax regime was very simple. 0 to 2 lakh 50, 0. 2 lakh 50 to 5 lakh 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%. And more than 10 lakh 30%. But here the slabs are so many. But it's very easy to remember. See here. With every increase of 4 lakh. With every increase of what? 4 lakh, your tax rate is increasing by how much? 5%. Your tax rate is increasing by what? 5% till you reach till 30%. After that, directly any income more than 24 lakh is what? 30%. So 0 to 4 0, 4 to 8 5, 8 to 12 10, 12 to 16 15, 16 to 20 lakh 20%, 20 lakh to 24 lakh 25%, and more than 24 lakh, that is what? 30%. Now say me people, only on the tax rate criteria, only on tax rate criteria, which regime is looking better? Old regime was looking better or is new regime looking better? And many people, okay, some people are saying new regime, majority people are saying new regime, and the right answer is new. But that doesn't mean the new regime is always good. No. This is only one part of it. See, in new tax regime, the tax rates are less. Because see here, when does 30% tax comes here? When your income is more than 24 lakhs. But in old tax regime, more than 10 lakhs itself, the tax rate was what? 30%. So tax rate wise, yes, new is better. But you don't know one thing here. It's a game done by the government. New में tax rate is good. I agree. But people, there are so many benefits, so many deduction benefits or so many exemption benefits which are not allowed. Sir, say us which benefits, that only I cannot teach you today. Because in various chapters those benefits are covered. like salaries chapter, house property chapter, PGBP chapter, income from other source chapter. One chapter is there, people, called as deduction under chapter 6A, that we subtracted from gross total income, if you remember. That entire chapter is not applicable. What did I say? That entire chapter is not applicable if you follow what? New tax regime. So as of today, we cannot learn entire new tax regime. See, I would have written, if you come to my notes of the first lecture, in my notes, if you come in the end last 6 pages, here I would have written new tax regime. See here, new tax regime or default tax regime under section 115 BAC. It's applicable to those 4 people: individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, or what? Artificial juridical person. Now read what I have written here. See here, the rates given under this section are what? Default tax rate unless the person exercises an option to shift out of the what? Said regime. Means unless and until you don't choose out, unless and until you don't opt out, you will follow what? New tax. Simple. See, simple. When you purchase a new phone, there are some wallpaper or ringtone which are there by default. If you don't change it, the same thing will continue. Same like concept here. If you don't change or if you don't opt out, you will keep on following what? New tax regime. That is, new tax regime is applicable by default. However, a person can opt out and follow what? Old tax regime also, and the same rates which we discussed. With every increase of 4 lakh, the tax rate is increasing by what? 5%. But that is not the thing. When a person follows default tax regime, that is new tax regime, then the following benefits are what? Not allowed. Sir, what benefits? That in house property chapter we will learn in salaries chapter, we will learn in PGBP chapter, IFOs chapter, deductions, all those various benefits we will. As of now we cannot. Am I clear? We have only learned the tax rate. So I'm going to give you 2 examples. At least compute the basic tax as per new tax regime. And one more thing. In new tax regime, people, there is no benefits for Buddhaus. Means whether you are a normal citizen or whether you are a resident Buddhau, that is senior citizen, or whether you are a resident super Buddhau, that is super senior citizen, that does not matter. You might be of whatever age, same thing is applicable. Done and dusted. No other limits are applicable. Same limits. You might be senior, super senior, or does not matter. Am I clear? Yes. Now I'll give you an example. Please do it. Mr. A, aged 100 years. Okay. Compute basic tax. Compute basic tax as per new or default tax regime. As per new or default tax regime. Case 1, case 1, case 2. My total income in case 1 is 15 lakhs. And in case 2, my total income is 30 lakhs. Please everyone do it as per new tax regime. Mostly from tomorrow end onwards or day after onwards, we will start with question answers. When I start chapter number 2, I will start with question answers. So please maintain a separate notebook wherein we will write down all the question answers. I hope you have not come for movie here. Yes, Aman, Jairam, Mukesh, all are saying 1 lakh. What is this? 1 lakh 5,000. Okay, Khushi also. Okay. Essay. Hey, what's your full name? Essay. Sai something. Neela Prasad. Oh, sorry. It's a girl. Akshata. Okay. Yes, do case 2 also, Baba. What are you waiting for? Christmas? Do case 2 also. What are you waiting for? Solve the question, nonsense. Yes. See here. How will you compute? Can I say for the first 4 lakhs at the rate of 0%, the tax will be 0 on the next 4 lakhs at the rate of 5%, so the tax will be 20,000 on the next 4 lakhs at the rate of 10%, so the tax will be 40,000. 4 plus 4 plus 4, 12. The balance left is how much? 3 lakhs at the rate of 15%. That will be how much? How much? 45,000. So total will be how much? 1,05,000, which most of you have given the answer. Very good. Concept is same, people. Only the limits are changed. Now, first case everyone understood? Yes. Now let's quickly come to our case number 2. Case number 2. Now in case number 2 again, for the first 4 lakhs at the rate of 0. So 0. Next 4 lakh at the rate of 5%. So that will be how much? 20,000. Then next 4 lakhs at the rate of 10%. So that will be how much? 40,000. Next 4 lakhs at the rate of 15%. People, arithmetic progression if you know. 4 lakhs into 20%. That is how much? 80,000. Then 4 lakhs into 25%. That is what? 1 lakhs. So how much gone? 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. 6 times 4 is how much? 24 lakhs. So balance how much is left now? 6 lakhs is left. So 6 lakhs into what? 30%. So 6 3s are how much? 18. So that is how much? 1 lakh. 1,80,000. So add everything. Add everything. How much are you getting? 4,80,000. 4,80,000. So these are the tax rates as per what? New tax regime. But entire new tax regime we have not discussed yet. Only tax rates we have discussed. Now just do it orally. If this would have been old tax, assuming his age is only not 100 now, is only 50 years. Now if this has been old tax, old is gold. Now do orally. For the first 10 lakhs, 1,12,500. Next 20 lakhs into 30%. That is 6 lakhs plus 1,12,000. How much? 7,12,000. How much would have been tax in new old tax? 7,12,500. But in new tax, the tax is only what? 4,80,000. So tax wise, which is better? New tax. But we cannot say right now overall because we don't know what benefits are not allowed in new. Is this clear? Now, similarly, there is a change in surcharge also here. Concept is same. Limit is also same. But only one change is there in surcharge. So let us see surcharge as per new tax regime. Surcharge as per new tax regime. Surcharge, if your income is more than 50 lakhs but less than equal to 1 crore, your surcharge will be 10% of basic tax. If your income is more than 1 crore but less than equal to 2 crore, your surcharge will be 15% of basic. And if your income is more than 2 crore, your surcharge will be 25% of basic tax. That's all. Sir, what did you say? That's all. Means what is not there here? Compared to old tax, what is not there here? 37% category. Means even if you are earning more than 5 crores here, even if you are earning what? More than 5 crores here, but still the rate will be only what? 25%. So same people, in new tax regime, is surcharge also beneficial or not beneficial? Yes, I am waiting for your answer. Is surcharge beneficial in new tax? Yes, everyone is saying yes, it is beneficial. Now you have to pay less surcharge if you are earning more than 5 crore. Am I clear? Yes. So surcharge also we have learned. The same thing I have written here also. Maximum surcharge under default or new tax regime is what? 25%. 35% category is not there in what? Default or new tax regime. So it's a very good thing given by the government. So now we only have to learn rebate as per new tax regime. Rebate I cannot discuss today as per new tax regime because there is one more concept. So that I am keeping it pending as of now. Today, if the time permits today, mostly it will not permit. Tomorrow we will learn rebate as per new tax regime. Am I clear? Yes. So in new tax regime we have learned two things now. One is the basic tax rates and one is the surcharge. So if you see now, if you come to the differentiation, see here. Now if you come to the differentiation, in new tax regime rates were less, but in old tax regime rates are more. In new tax regime, various benefits are not available, which you don't know what are not available, but in old they are available. Then third, there is no separate tax rate for bud house and super bud house, but in old tax we have respect for bud house. Then fourth, what is the maximum surcharge in new tax regime? 25%, but in old tax the maximum surcharge is what? 37%. Then rebate under new old tax is how much? 5 lakhs. This we are yet to discuss. This we are yet to what? Discuss. This we will discuss mostly tomorrow. Hellos. Yes. Now, one question which I always get from students, which is my favorite discussion. Sir, and I want your active participation now everyone. Sir, says one thing, sir. Oh, sir. Sir, can 1 year I follow old tax? Then next year can I follow new tax? Then again year number 3 can I follow old tax? Year number 4 again new, like this old new new old new old new, like this every year. Can I start dancing? I want answers from you. Can I dance every year, people? Yes, I want. Some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. Let us see. See, it depends. It what? Depends. That depends on what? Depends on, there are two things now. If you are a person who is not having business income or a profession income, who is not having what? Business or profession income, means you might have income from salary, you might have income from house property, you might have capital gains, you might have other sources, but you should not have what? Income from business or profession you should not have. If this is the case, then every year you can change. Some year you want to follow old, you follow old. The year you want to follow new, you follow new. Every year you can change. Old, new, new, old, new. Every year you can change. There is no problem. Bindas change. Some year, in between of the year you can also have. For the entire year you will have to follow old only. Next year you can change to new. Then again if you want to follow old, follow old. Again old, old. Again new, new. Everything is possible. When? When is it possible? When you are not having what? Any business or profession income. Hey, hello, are you understanding? Yes or yes? Yes. Here. See here. Option to opt out of new tax and follow what? Old tax. In case an assessee is not having what? PGBP income. You know PGBP I have told you yesterday. What is PGBP? Profits or gains from what? business or profession. If an assessee wants to opt out, of the what? Default tax regime and follow old tax regime, then he has to file that option along with ROI. ROI basically means return of income. ITR. So when he is filing his ITR, he have to say to the government that government, I don't want to follow new, I will follow old. I have to inform to the government in my ITR. This is the section of the ITR. Then assessee can choose any of the two tax regime. Any of the regime he can follow. He wants to follow old, he can follow old. He wants to follow new, he can follow new. Every year depending upon his tax liability. Basically, in whichever regime his tax will come as less, he will opt for that regime. Basically, everyone wants to pay what? Less tax. Some years he can follow new regime and some years he can follow what? Old regime. Everything is what? Possible. When he is not having a what? PGBP income. But now, let us understand a case where a person is having a what? A person is having what? PGBP. Now see here, you have to remember a story. First, I'll say you what is the law saying. Then I'll say you how to remember it. L, can I say? Yes, here. If you are a person who is having PGBP income, then in that case, you will have to follow new tax regime. You will have to follow what? New tax regime. But you can opt out and follow what? Old tax regime. By default what is applicable? New tax regime is applicable by default. But if you want to opt out, yes, you can opt out and follow what? Old tax regime. But once you opt out and start following old tax regime, then for every year you will have to follow old tax regime. Then every year you will have to follow what? Old tax regime only. However, one chance of homecoming is given. One chance of what is given? Homecoming is given. Again you can come back to new tax regime. But once you come back to new tax regime, then never ever in the lifetime you can go back to what? Old tax regime. What did I say? If a person is having PGBP income, by default what is applicable to him? New tax regime. But can he opt out and follow old tax regime? Yes. Then for all the years he'll have to follow what? Old tax regime. However, one option is given to come back to new tax regime. But once he comes back to new tax regime, can he again go back to old tax? How to remember this? What is new tax regime saying? New tax regime is saying, if you leave and go me to your ex, then again don't come back to me. You will have to be with your ex only. But once again you can come back to me. One chance I'll give you to come back to me. Once you come back to me now, then again you can go back to your ex. Hey, are you understanding? See, this will sound more good in Hindi. How? What is new tax regime saying? अगर एक बार तुम मुझे छोड़ के गया तो उसके साथ रहना, but वापस अगर मेरे पास आया, then I will not let you go. Means if you leave and go me, then be with him or be with her, as the case may be. But once if you come back to me, then always will have to be with. I hope you are understanding, Ray. Yes or yes? See here. In case an assessee is having what? PGBP income. Once an assessee opt out of the new or default tax regime and start following what? Old tax regime, then for all the future years the assessee will have to follow what? Old tax only. However, he can change it once and again come back to new or default tax regime, and post that he can never go back to what? Old tax regime. This important point I'll discuss when I'm doing ITR chapter. See, many concepts in this chapter, like 10 to 15% concepts will be pending. That will be discussed when the time comes. Now I have got a question. Sir, what if loss in business? Income includes the word loss. The word income also includes the word loss. So whether you are having business loss or whether you are having business income, this case only will be applicable. You cannot shift every year. Yes, so what are the two things we have learned now? What are the two things we have learned? If you are not having business income, then every year do masti. Some year old, some year new, old, new. Every year you can shift. But if you are a person having business income or business loss, then new. But once you will go back to old, then every year you will have to follow what? Old regime only. But once again you can come back to new regime. But once you come back to new regime, then never ever you can go back to what? Old tax regime. Till here, is everyone clear? Is everyone understanding, people? Yes, I need some answers. Yes, people are understanding. So now in new tax regime, rebate is pending, that we will discuss tomorrow. So as of now, what we have learned? As of now, for 4 people, that is for individual, HUF, AOP, BOI and artificial juridical person, we have learned both the regimes. We have learned new tax regime also. We have also learned what? Old tax regime. In this, we have also learned basic tax in both the regimes. We have learned what? Surcharge. Here we have also learned what? Rebate. And here this rebate, here also rebate is there. That we will learn tomorrow. In both the cases, one thing is common. Coriander is applicable in both the cases. That is, health and education cess at the rate of 4%. Whether you are following old tax or whether you are following new tax, you will have to garnish the tax with what? 4% of health and education. That too you will have to do. Now 4 people are done now. Done and dusted. You can go home and revise entirely those 4 people. But now the time has come that we shift our focus now to other 3 people. Which are the other 3 people left now? Which are, one second. Now, which are the other 3 people left, people? Company, partnership firm and local authority. Let us discuss the tax rates for them now. So first let us learn the tax rates of partnership firms and local authority. For these 2 people, the tax rates are same. Firm and what? Local authority. First, basic tax rate. Basic tax rate. Here basic tax rate itself is a flat rate. Basic tax rate itself is a what? Flat. And the tax rate is 30% flat. Bas, khatam. Very easy. You are earning 10 rupees. 3 rupee tax. You matlab, either you are a partnership firm or what? Local authority. You are earning 100 rupee. 30 rupee tax. You are earning 1000 rupees. 300 rupees tax. There is no basic exemption limit here. Like we had 0 to 2.5 lakh, 0 to 3 lakh, 0 to 5 lakh. In new tax we had 0 to 4. Nothing here. Matlab even if you are earning 1 rupee, 30 paise tax. Who? If you are a what? Firm or a local authority. Simple, very clear. Then, second, surcharge. Surcharge also is very easy here. Surcharge. Again, surcharge is also flat. Surcharge is applicable if total income is more than 1 crore. For individuals, HUF, AOP, BOI and AJP, when was the surcharge applicable? When the income was more than what? 50 lakhs. Here surcharge is applicable only when the income is what? More than 1 crore, and the rate of surcharge is 12%. The rate of surcharge is what? 12%. People, is rebate applicable? Is rebate applicable to firm or local authority? Should I discuss the concept of rebate in firm or local authority? No. Rebate is only applicable to which category of person? Only individuals. So no rebate. But one thing is always applicable. What is that one thing called as? Health and education cess at the rate of 4%. Done and dusted. So easy it is. For individual, we invested 1.5 hours or 2 hours. But for firm and local authority, only 3 things. Basic tax, 30% flat, ashte. Then surcharge, if the total income is more than what? 1 crore at the rate of 12%. And then coriander at the rate of what? 4%. Clear everyone? Hey, is this clear? Yes. Now I'm going to give you 2 examples. In both the example, compute the total income tax and say me the answer. A, B, C and Co. Hey, what happened? 1 second. Coding stopped you. No, that's not stopped. A, B, C and Co. A firm reported total income as below. Total income as below. Compute total tax. When I say total tax, matlab total income tax. People, there are no 2 regimes here. Only one, that's all. Like for those 4 people, we had 2 regimes, no? Old, new, this, that. Simple. For partnership, firm and local authority, very simple discussion. No tension at all. 3 things, remember, life is sorted. Case 1, case 2. Total income. Total income here is, let us say, 90 lakhs. And let us say here the total income is 1 crore 60 lakhs. 1 crore 60 lakhs. Please compute income tax in both the cases. Please compute income tax in both the cases. Yes, I'm getting 2 answers. Some people are not garnishing their food. Very bad habit. Please garnish your food and give me the answer. Nonsense. Please garnish and give me the answers. Yes, one majority answer what I'm getting on my chat box is 28 lakh 8,000. Yes. Also give me the answer for case number 2 also. Yes, 55 lakh 91,040 people are getting the answer for the case number 2. Yes. Now let me do. Directly first we'll compute what? Basic tax. Now here directly we have to apply the rate of what? 30%. No need to do first 10 lakh, nothing. No slab concept. Directly 30%. So 90 lakhs into 30%. 9 threes are 27 followed by 5 zeros. So 27 lakhs. Now plus surcharge. Is surcharge applicable in the first case public? The answer is no. Because in case of partnership firm, surcharge is applicable only when the income is what? More than 1 crore. In the first case, the income is only 90 lakhs. So surcharge is not applicable. So directly you will get what? Net basic tax. That is what? 27 lakhs. Plus now we'll have to add coriander, called as what? Health and education cess at the rate of 4%. That will be how much? 1 lakh 8,000. So total income tax will come to 28 lakhs 8,000 will be the total income tax of the partnership firm. Now come to the second case. Do 1 crore 60 lakhs into 30%. That will be how much? 48 lakhs. Now, is surcharge applicable? Yes, because the income has exceeded 1 crore. Surcharge will be at the rate of, see, rates will take time for you to remember. You will have to remember it over a period of time. You will have to revise it 3-4 times. Then it will be stuck in your mind. Then, so surcharge will be 12%. So do 48 lakhs into 12%. How much are you getting? 5 lakhs 76,000. So now when you add it, how much are you getting? 53 lakhs 76,000. Now on this add the coriander of 4%. How much is the coriander value coming to? 2,15,040. So what is the final answer? 53 lakh 76,000 plus 2,15,040. It is how much? 55 lakh 91,040. Which I think majority of you have got the answer, which I can see in the chat box. Is this clear to everyone? The tax rates for partnership firm and what? Local authority. Hellos to hellos. I hope you are understanding. So let us see in our notes. Where is it? Yes, here. For firms and local authority, basic tax rate is as per flat rate, that is 30%. Surcharge is also applicable if the income is more than 1 crore at the rate of what? 12%. And health and education at the rate of 4% is what? Always applicable. So can you say me till now we have learned the tax rates for how many persons? 6. First 4 we learned, now we have learned these 2. So now how many is pending? And which is that one pending now? Company. So now let us discuss the tax rates for company. Sir, is this the last discussion for the day? Let us see. Why you want to think so much about future? Let us first complete this. Companies. Now there can be 2 kinds of company. One is called as domestic company, matlab Indian company, and one is called as foreign company. So are foreign companies also taxable in India? Yes, on the Indian profits. So if any foreign company is doing any business in India, then on Indian profits, so they have to pay tax, Baba. Like how a non-resident on Indian income it has to pay tax, even a foreign company will have to pay tax on its Indian profits. Now, basic tax rates. Here also the basic tax rates are flat. Like partnership firm, here also the basic tax rates are what? Flat. Flat at the rate of 30%. And for foreign company it is little higher. It is at the rate of 35%. So for domestic company the tax rate is 30% flat, and for foreign company the tax rate is 35% flat. Then let us go with respect to surcharge. Surcharge. When will surcharge be applicable? That will depend upon your total income. If the total income of the domestic company is more than 1 crore but less than equal to 10 crore, or is it more than 10 crore? If it is more than 1 crore but less than equal to 10 crore, then it has to pay a surcharge of 7%. However, if the total income is more than 10 crore, then it has to pay a surcharge of 12%. If the income is less than equal to 1 crore, then there is no surcharge. For foreign company, the basic tax rate might be high. However, surcharge is lower. Surcharge is only 2% if the foreign company's income is between 1 crore to 10 crore. And if the foreign company's income is more than 10 crore, then the surcharge is at the rate of 5%. So surcharge is lower here. Here surcharges are what? Higher. So for domestic company, the basic tax rates are little lower, but surcharge is higher. But for foreign company, the basic tax rate is higher, but the surcharge is what? Lower. Is rebate applicable? Is rebate applicable? No. Rebate is only applicable to individuals. But one thing, one thing will always be applicable. Orienter, health and education cess at the rate of what? 4%. This will be applicable for every kind of person, whether you are following any regime, nothing does not matter. Health and education cess will always be applicable at the rate of what? 4%. Clear? Now, let me give you one example. A Limited, an Indian company. A Limited, an Indian company, reports total income of 3 crores 10 lakh. 3 crore 10 lakh. Compute total tax. You compute. I have got one doubt in the box. Let me read it. Sir, if a foreign company earns about 10 crore and Indian company also earns about 10 crore, then Indian company must pay more tax. It does not happens like this, Aman. Because 10 crore pay, basic tax rate too will be less only for Indian company, no? Only the surcharge is more, and surcharge is not on income, no, surcharge is on the basic tax. So you can say like this, surcharge they will pay more. I hope you have understood, Aman. Sir, for company basic tax rate is 25%. No, that is only for few companies that we will see now. Normally for all companies the tax rate is 30%, Indian company. Yes, there are few Indian companies for whom the tax rate is 25%, that we will see now, not for everyone. Akshita. Yes, now let us compute this first. Basic tax. Basic tax will be how much? Directly do 3 crore 10 lakhs into 30%. So how much will that be, people? 3 crore 10 lakhs into 30%. That will be how much? Can I say it will be what? 93 lakhs. Plus on this now we'll have to add what? Surcharge. At what rate will you add surcharge? At the rate of what? 7%. So apply 7% on this. Apply 93 lakhs into 7%. How much are you getting? 6,51,000. So how much are you getting your net basic tax? 99,91,000. All those people who gave 99,91,000 as answer is wrong. Who will add plus health and education cess at the rate of 4%? So do 99 lakhs 51,000 into what? 4%. Do it. 3,98,040. Now add this both. 1 crore 3 lakhs 49,040 is the what? Total tax for an Indian company. Is this clear to everyone? I hope you are understanding, people. Hope is the only thing I can do. As there is a proverb, Umid pe hi duniya. So hope is the only thing I can do, people. I hope you have understood. Yes, but now I have got a doubt from student saying, sir, the tax rate for Indian company is not 30%, sir. The tax rate for Indian company is only 25%. You are teaching wrong. No. Normally the tax rate is 30% only. However, for few Indian companies, see again I am not talking about foreign company now. Foreign company always the rate will be what? 35% only. See where am I putting the star mark? I am putting the star mark only on what? Indian company. So for Indian company people, if you satisfy one condition, one condition, then the tax rate will be not 30%. The tax rate will be what? 25%. Now when will this be 25% is what we have to learn. Now to understand this, first of all you have to say me, for Indian company the tax rate will not be 30%, the tax rate will be 25% when? For this, first I want to ask you a question, please reply to that question. What is the previous year applicable for your exam? Can everyone please let me know? What is the previous year applicable for your exam? Yes, I have got, and the answer everyone is saying, sir, the previous year applicable for our exam is previous year 25-26. That is the year in which I am earning the what? Income. So in this year, if you are an Indian company, if you are a what? Indian company, then for you the tax rate will not be 30%. For you, the tax rate will be 25% if the turnover not of the current previous year and also not of the preceding previous year, but turnover of the preceding to preceding previous year, that is previous year 23-24. Again, what am I saying? The tax rate for 25-26 will be 25% if the turnover of the preceding to preceding previous year, if this year's turnover is less than equal to 400 crore. If this year turnover is less than equal to what? Not income. See, remember one thing first. Many people have some myth in their mind. Income tax is never paid on turnover. Sir, what did you say again, sir? Income tax is never paid on turnover. Turnover is only the sales. Income tax is paid on profit. How do you calculate profit? Sales minus the expenses. Then you will get profit. So I am not talking about the income or profit here. I am talking that if the turnover of the year 23-24 is less than equal to 400 crore, basically they are trying to say if you are a small Indian company, so 400 crore small, yes, as per government. If you are a small Indian company, then in the current year on your profits, the tax will be only how much? 25%. But if your turnover in the 23-24 was more than 400 crore, then in the current year, the tax rate shall be what? 30%. Yeah, I hope I have made myself very clear. But again, there can be one more doubt from student, which is not required from exam point of view, but I'll still discuss it for GK purpose. Hellos? Yes, sir. Discuss, sir. Let us see what are you trying to say. Now, the doubt of the student can be like this. Sir, they could have seen the turnover of the current year only. Why are they not seeing the turnover of the current year? Okay, leave, sir. Leave current year. Leave current year. At least they could have seen the turnover of the last preceding year. Why government is specifically saying turnover of the what? Preceding to preceding previous year? To understand this, we'll have to understand two things. First of all, government will never take the turnover of the current previous year. Why? Because current previous year is still open. You can manipulate the turnover. If someone's turnover is 4 crore, 403 crores, 404 crores or 410 crores, he will manipulate in such a way that his turnover goes below 400 crores. And next year he will put the balance turnover. In order to make his tax rate as what? 25%. So because current year books are still open. So okay sir, we understood that current year turnover should not have been taken. This we understood. Sir, but last year books are still closed. They could have taken the turnover of last year. Why not last year? To understand this, you have to understand that this year rates comes from Finance Act 25. This year rates comes from what? Finance Act 25. And when did Finance Act 25 came or come? It has come on 1st of February 2000 what? 25. So don't you think on 1st of February 25, that is which year? 24, 25. The books of this year would have been still open. So that is the reason the turnover we don't take of current previous year. Turnover we should not take of the preceding previous year. We have to take the turnover of what? Preceding to preceding previous year. In exam they will not ask you like this. In exam they'll just give you the income of the current year and they'll give you the turnover of the preceding to preceding previous year. Directly you have to apply the tax rate. They'll not ask you why they are taking the turnover of preceding to preceding. No one is going to ask you why. Law is saying. I have told you why we are taking it. One doubt I have got. Sir, for new companies incorporated after 23-24 below 400 crore, then tax rate is 20. If a new company is there, then 25%. Because last year turnover would have been not existing, only 0. So take 25%. Am I clear? Now what will ICAI do in exam? No. They'll ask you this question with lot of irrelevant data. See, not everyone coming in life is relevant. Sorry. Not everything given in question might be relevant. I hope you're understanding my feelings. They always say what's in the language. Understand the feelings. See here, how question they'll ask you. A Limited, an Indian company reports a total income of 50 crores in previous year 25-26. Compute income tax. Given below are the following details. Given below are the further details. Further details are, they have given the turnover details and they have also given the income details of the last years and the current year. In previous year 25-26, that is the current previous year. Previous year 24-25, that is the preceding previous year, and there is the previous year 23-24, that is the preceding previous year, preceding to preceding previous year. Turnover of current year was 500 crore. This year it was 450 crores and this year it was 380 crores. And income here is 50 crore, which is same matching because it's current year only. Here it was 45 crore and here it was 38 crores. I'll just give you the surcharge rate. What is the surcharge rate when the income is more than 10 crore, people? You know the surcharge rate when the income is more than 12 crore, 10 crore, that is 12%. So for your easiness, I have also given you surcharge is 12%. Please compute the total income tax and say me. Please compute the total. Oh, people are also ready with the answer already. Wow, very good. What is the answer? 17 lakhs 47,000. No. 1 crore 74 lakh. 17 crore 42 lakhs 20,000. 17 crores 42 lakhs 20,000. So this is not coming on our calci also, sir. Hey, do it nonsense. Yes, everyone. Please try it. Will you calculate tax on turnover or will you calculate tax on income? Always remember income. Income matlab sales minus cost. Turnover is only to check. People are not getting answers. What happened? See here. What is, for which year are we supposed to find tax? For previous year 25-26 we are supposed to find tax. And what is the income of the year 25-26 people? 50 crore is the income. Hey, everyone agrees 50 crore is the income of the year 25-26. Now the question is how much tax we should pay on this. First, how much basic tax should I pay? At what rate should I pay basic tax? Should I pay at the rate of 25% or 30%? Should I pay at the rate? Yes, I want answers. What are you seeing face? What are you waiting for? Nonsense. What rate? 25% or 30%? Why? Because will you see current year turnover? Garbage, not required, irrelevant information. Will you see the turnover of the preceding year? Irrelevant information. What will you see? Will you see income of the current year? No. Will you see income of last year? No. Will you see income of last year? No. What will you only see? Turnover of what? Preceding previous year, which is less than equal to what? 400 crore. So how much rate will you take, people? At the rate of 25%. So now do 50 crore into 25%. How much are you getting? 50 crore into 25% will be how much? 12 crores. 12 crore 50 lakhs. Hey, hello. Correct or not? Plus 12 crore 50 lakhs plus surcharge. Surcharge how much? At the rate of 12%. Surcharge at the rate of what? 12%. So apply 12 crore 50 lakhs, 12 crore 50 lakhs, 12 crore 50 lakhs into 12% is how much? 1 crore 50 lakhs. So total is how much, people, here? 14 crores. Hello. Now on this we'll have to apply 4% what? Cess. So apply 14 crores into 4% is how much? 56 lakhs. So total tax how much I have to pay to the government now? I have to pay 14 crores what? 56 lakhs tax I have to pay to the what? Government. So can I say how much irrelevant data was coming in our life? Data given in the question. So all this data are not supposed to be inter-level. In paper, people, they will always give you some irrelevant information in the question, so that you get tempted. Sir, how to use it? How to use this data? Hey, not everything coming in life is important. I am saying from tax perspective, but you can take this life learning everywhere. Only focus on the relevant information. I hope I am making myself very clear. Sir, it's already 5:30, sir. Enough now. Okay, 2 minutes. Hey, are you understanding till now? Yes. So with this, let us just see where it's written in the notes. See here. These are the tax rates for what? Companies. So basic tax rate is 30%, for foreign company 35%, surcharge 1 to 10 crore 7%, more than 10 crore 12%, foreign company 2% and 5%. But if you see star mark, that is only for what? Indian companies. Only for Indian companies, if the turnover for previous year 23-24 is less than equal to 400 crores, then basic tax rate shall be 25% instead of what? 30% for previous year 25-26. Again, this rebate we have already learned as per old tax regime. So now in this chapter, people, we have discussed the tax rates for all the person. However, tomorrow there are more 2 to 3 concepts which are still pending in this chapter. One is called as marginal relief. One is called as cooperative society tax rate. One is called as a new tax regime. We have to learn something called as rebate, still that is pending. And one is called as if there is any black money. On black money, how much tax we have to pay. That, because today time has been surpassed, we'll continue this tomorrow. After, mostly in the next 1 hour, we'll be able to complete this. Then after that, we'll start the fresh chapter tomorrow. That is residential status and scope of total income. Okay. So with this, people, we conclude our today's lecture, people. I hope every one of you were able to understand this, and those who are watching on YouTube, I hope you are also able to understand. Next more 3 days will be on the YouTube, then we'll be shifting focus purely on our app or the website link which is being shared to you. Till then, people, we all meet tomorrow from again 2:30 p.m. onwards. Till then, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. Take care. Those who have doubts, I'll open the chat for next 2-3 minutes. Please ask your doubts if you have anything.